Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Charles here, and welcome to another great show. First of all, let me just thank everybody that was with me for the whole month of February. We did find some fantastic shows. We did international people for business from one left to one right to one left. And we were so thankful for all of our sponsors for jumping on. And if you still are interested, Malcolm's Choice, the one-stop shop for everything Black business owned and Black business run. But now we're in March, and we have some great events coming to you. And I have three ladies in my green room that I'm excited to bring on stage. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, trouble. Yes, they're exciting, they're fun, and they're ready to be here. I've been talking to them behind stage, seeing them getting ready, talking to each other, and they're hyped to be. So let's get them right on my show. Without further ado, please welcome my first guest. Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Listen, I love when I'm watching my guests in the green room. The music's playing and you're sitting in the background just dancing away, having fun. That's what it's all about. So listen, tell me a little bit about you. Give me your background.
All right. So I was born and raised in India. And so I came to Canada in 2005. I came from a different cultural background where women were raised in a way where we were taught that girls must only be seen and never be heard. And, good girls behave a certain way. They're obedient. They never say no. They're always pleasing and supporting people, helping people follow their dreams and passions. So I grew up in that kind of a culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to be good to people. That's what I strongly believe. But what I learned after coming to the Western side of the world is that to learn to set boundaries and say no. So you're like, what I learned from my life was that, you don't say yes to everything if it starts to hurt you.
Right.
To a point of abuse or something like that. So basically I came here as a spouse. This was my second marriage. I was already a bad girl. I had created that reputation for myself in India because I was the first girl in my generation to go to university and complete it.
Okay.
So usually girls were married off before they completed university. So that was something I did. And, I gave my parents a lot of trouble about that because there was gossip that, why is she going to university? And then after I got married, I got divorced. So that was another bad thing. You don't leave your husband no matter what. So that was another bad thing I did. Like, I have a lot of awards on that one. And so my first husband, God bless him, he had an addiction problem. He was into drugs. And so life became very hard. And eventually I ended up with nothing, like no home. I was homeless. There was no money. I had a daughter to feed and be responsible for. And I had to face life because I didn't know how to escape the problems in my life. And so I went back to my parents and went through tons of criticism and stigma from extended family and relatives. I was not appreciated and everything was wrong about me because I couldn't transform my husband. Like, I couldn't help him to overcome his addiction. So something was wrong with me. I must have done something terribly wrong. Right. And then I was divorced. I went back to school. I studied and became a teacher. But then I was very young. I was in my 20s and I had to be married again. Like, I can't be on my own. So that was how I grew up. So I was pushed into another marriage. And I understand that my family had good intentions. They wanted me to be happy and settled. So I came to Canada. And within 6 months of coming here, things were not the way I was promised.
Oh, it's not good. You're right. You're starting off big and doing something different. So So before we move on, we're gonna grab one of your other co-host guests because I want to hear their story as well and bring them on and see how all of you together is going to make this event that's coming up fantastic. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Immigrant Women in Business, IWB, is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
So next coming up, I'm going to call her Smiley because she's been smiling this whole time in the background. Please welcome her to the stage.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you. My heart goes to you.
I'm so excited for this event. Like, the three of you have great personalities. It's so exciting. I can't wait to the event. But I want to know you a little bit more. Like you heard from our first guest, the struggles, what she had to go through. And I love that she named it the Rebel. You know what I mean? I could see it there. But she's doing great things. So tell me a little bit about you and your story.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor to be with you and with Keta and Shirin. Very excited about this. I'm originally from Venezuela. I came to Canada back in 2006. My background is architecture, but as you know, every immigrant that comes to the country, you cannot use your career here. So I started cleaning back in then and studying at the same time. I also got a part-time job at the Bay in Queen Street. I remember that. So I was doing quite a few different things, trying to find my way here, living in Canada. I struggle a lot. Everybody struggles in here. I brought my family, thank God, 3 years ago from Venezuela. They moved in with me in Bradford. I live in Bradford. And I've been, juggling my way around, moving forward, trying to find a way to get a strategy, and maybe struggles into strategy so that I can find a better way of living. My passion is to help people, to help my community, to serve other people to get to where they want to move forward in life. I have 2 children. I'm a single mother. My story is not like Shirin. Like back home, you are allowed to divorce people. You're allowed to do things. Women have a voice, too much of a voice to make too many decisions. So that could be a challenge too. That could be a challenge too. But I live with passion, and I do believe that Canada is a land of opportunities.
Yes. Hold on. And I love when my guests make some comments. So here we go. There you go. Rocking it. There you go. If you have a comment, please make sure that you put it in. I'll get it on the screen. So I like that like you said, you got to have your voice. And that's what we all need to have, is your voice. And I want to hear more about you. But we have one more special guest coming on. So we're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to bring you guys all back on, because I want to know your voice, what you got to say. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Charles. I'm Carolyn Dickinson, and I'm here to tell you that the Life Success Board systems are live. These success boards have massive impact. The system will allow you to be able to envision that anything is possible for every area of your life. It'll give you direction, it'll give you focus, and it'll keep you moving forward. There are 8 success board systems available to you, plus bonuses. So for more information on this amazing system, click the link below. You don't want to miss it. Back to you, Charles.
Yes, Carolyn, thank you so much. And we've been working on such a great project. So if you're going into business and you need something to get you started, this is the thing for you. All right, my last guest. Now, I've seen her before. We've talked before, and I'm so glad that she's on my show again. Please welcome to the show. All right, come on now. We gotta,
No, we don't. No, we don't.
See, that's why I left you to the end. I know the trouble we're gonna cause. All right. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you, Charles?
I'm great. Now, if anybody didn't see my interview with you, give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Okay, I identify as a Renaissance woman because I do anything and everything that I want to do, which can be really unconventional. I'm a retired 27-year police veteran, and a lot of people have a lot of expectations with that it's going to be like this. But I've, always been that person that I'm very passionate, just I got to speak my mind. I got to live true to myself. And that's why I created True to Soul as a business, a space for people who really are looking for a way to heal and be true to who they are. And for professionals who are leading passionate businesses and looking for how to do it and with whom to link. I speak as an inspirational, thought provoking, change maker. I'm very, very introspective at the same time. I'm very, always curious to find out what else can be done. I really believe that we have the power to create the world that we want to live in. I identify as a survivor of physical, emotional, racial, and sexual trauma. And that's a mouthful because, nowadays people say, me too, we've all been through a lot. My stance is that trauma actually allows us to find our resiliency and power, create the world that we need to see, create the change that we want to live within. As long as we've survived, nothing short of what we've lived through can take us down.
All right. So now you are one of the panelists for this great event coming up. And before I get to ask everybody this, what's the main point you want to put out for International Women's Day? What do you want everybody to like? The main point, boom. What do you want to strike down?
Oh, okay. I'll start. All right. So one of the main points for me is that, and not for me as an individual, but what I power through in my life thinking is that whatever that we can create in our mind can actually be. And we talk about a world, a future where women are and girls are. And my stance is that it exists now. What happens is that we're all over the place doing our own thing. But when we come together, there's a momentum that no one can stop. So for International Women's Day, it's about celebrating and looking at and acknowledging the inspiring work that exists in the history. Sankofa is a West African term saying to look back, pick up the gems of wisdom and move forward at the same time. So this is Sankofa, right?
So I'm going to have one more commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to bring all the ladies on. And trust me, you don't want to go nowhere. Imagine having all these powerful women on one screen. Stay tuned. CMJ Entertainment is a one-stop shop. CMJ Entertainment helps people do any type of events, and it's a marketing tool as well. So we'll cover everything from start to finish. If it's a wedding, we'll make sure your wedding is over the top. And if it's an event, we make sure that everybody gets information at the end of the day. Give us a call at 416-414-8964 or online, go to cmjent.com. Yes, we're back live, and here's all the ladies all together one more time. All right. Before we move on, you got some love coming in. So let's give it. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Zara.
Zara, we love you.
And then here's some more.
Ooh, Alma, yes. IWB.
Yeah.
I love that she changed her picture with the mask on. And you know what I mean? I love it. All right. So this is open talk for everybody. Okay. Because we're just having fun today. And we just want everybody to know that we're here. We're excited. First of all, before we move on, I keep talking about the show. What is the show? When's the show? When's the event? Someone talk about it.
Okay, International Women's Day. Maria, did you want to go first?
Sure, absolutely. So it's happening on Monday, March 8th at 4:30 p.m. And we expect more than 100 people in this Zoom meeting. So we better have a Zoom meeting that have a capacity for 500 people so that everybody can join in.
There you go. Yes. And what's going to be Shrina, what's happening at this event? Is it first ever? Is it the first time? Have you done it before? Talk about the event a little bit.
Oh no, this is definitely not the first time. We have this IWB host this event actually in person, and I am actually going to miss the electric vibes that happen there. You can't possibly not be in momentum when you're in this community. And right. The leader of this community is Svetlana. And, you have to be like, you can't maintain safe distance from her. She sends feelers across the globe. People come here and vibrating like a tuning fork. You can't sit still. You have to take massive action. That's the best thing that happened when I met Svetlana a few years ago.
Yeah.
That is
And
100.
we are committed to bringing that vibe online.
Oh,
Okay? What I really love about this event is Svetlana insists that we come dressed in our own cultural attire. So to communicate the idea of diversity and inclusion, and I really love this that we are all Canadians, and wearing a sari also means being Canadian, or wearing an outfit from another country also means being Canadian. So, inclusion does not mean blending in. It means standing out and bringing in your pattern, your motive into the tapestry to make it richer and richer. So that's what it's about. We bring in dance, we bring in, the voice of different countries, and we bring in speakers that are empowering. There are awards for recognizing the work that some of these women have been doing over the year. So that's what it is about.
And if I may add to that, for
Mhm.
Yes.
what Sharina's talking about, the speakers, they're phenomenal speakers. We have Sandra Young, RACO counselor of the city of Vaughan, who's speaking. We have Ikra Khalid, who is speaking. Parliament, that's an MP for Mississauga and Erin Mills. And we have this woman, a class action lawyer, who, by the way, has assisted on enough settlements in the amount of over $800 million. This woman is a tiger. She's a lioness. She's been able to advocate and assist people in the area of human rights. Her name is Angela Bestflug. She's out in BC. So these are the type of trailblazers that we have coming to our event and speaking about how they do it, why they do it, and the fact that we can all forge forward together and make transformative change in our world today.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
I'd like to add to that there are some very lovely men that are going to hop on, and they are supportive of the work that we do, the progress. They are there for us, and they hold the space for us. They're very encouraging, and women's. When we talk about women's rights, we talk about women's lib, we talk about gender issues. We're not talking without the men. They're very much a part of the conversation. So, there's going to be a lot of men coming.
yes, and I have to backtrack a little bit because you're absolutely correct. That I talk to Silvana every day on the phone. We've met. We have such a great love for each other. I've never met her in person. I've seen her.
Really?
Never seen each other face to face. But when we get on the screen on the phone together, it's like we talk like we're family. So I see it 110%. And she's on here and she says that there we go.
Svetlana, you rock.
You are doing well, man. I love you.
There you go. She does. And I don't know, like I said, I know when I see her, I have to give her a hug. So that's why I'm just waiting for this to be done because
Yeah.
definitely.
It's something.
You get a chance to give her a hug. She will hug you first.
Oh,
It's something
I
that
can't
you don't
wait.
need. If you hear it, you just jump. You feel the fire on it. And the beauty of this meeting is the empowerment that we're bringing on it. It's women supporting women. Few men are gonna show up, yes, but it's Women's Day. And and all of us are going to struggles, are going to overcome situations, and we're still doing it, showing up in there, creating examples of success. This is the beauty of this organization. It's Svetlana, yes, she's a fire, but she's surrounded with women like Shireen and Kera. I feel honored to be with you ladies in this platform. I admire you both, your leadership, the way that you guys express yourself, your experience, your story. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So let's go back. Let's backtrack then. I introduced all you separately because I wanted to hear each of your story. Okay, and that's the reason I want it, because I want everybody to hear that everybody's got a story out there. You know what I mean? It doesn't make a difference where you come from. You can start with a story and end up somewhere completely different. Okay, so as a little girl, I have a daughter, and as she grows up, I wanted to know that she's powerful, she can do what she wants. So I'm going to ask all three of you, because you guys all came from different backgrounds. My daughter is 10. Go back to the 10-year-old little girl of yourself. What would you tell yourself? I need a story from each person. Think about it. What would you go back and tell the 10-year-old girl in yourself?
Women, it doesn't matter whether you fall, you scratch your legs, clean it up, and keep running. I was a woman that used to play outside with the boys, scratching my knees. I fall, I keep going. I never leave the ball. I like football, I like baseball, like all the boy stuff. I was there. So that girl that used to, like, my legs are full of scratch, I have to admit. I'm not like very, very fancy model. I'm like, I don't care. Every scar that I have, it has a memory. It has value. I'll pass it on to you guys. Next one.
So when you see her live and you see a scar, ask her about her scar, okay?
She'll be like Mel Gibson. This one here is.
What about you guys? What would you tell your 10-year-old self?
Well, I would tell my 10-year-old self, don't let anybody tell you who you are and what you should do.
Okay.
It's okay to take advice from people, but in the end, believe in yourself. That's my entire life's work. I talk about being your own North Star.
Okay.
Like, and nobody knows you better than you do. Nobody knows you, and nobody sees that face of you that you see for yourself. And so, what you tell yourself is very important, and how you communicate with yourself is very important. That's my learning. That's my experience. That's my work.
All right. And I love that no one can tell you about you. And falls, to me, are a leader into greatness. The more you fall, the more you learn, you're going to end up into greatness. So,
Absolutely.
So keep going. All right.
Yeah. And I would add to all of that wonderful advice, because 10 years old is a very interesting developmental stage. And what I would say is you are enough. Because when you think about our 10-year-olds, it's prepubescent, and it's even younger and younger that they turn into teens. And around then, there's a lot going on. We're learning, we're watching, we're curious, we're sensitive. And what I would say to myself or to any young girl is that the truth of who you are, your authenticity is so powerful. It's needed in this world. And know that you're resilient. Know that you're powerful enough. Know that you're strong enough, that you are enough. Don't run away from what is discomforting or uncomfortable, because only if it does not suit you. Because running away from discomfort is half the time that's what keeps us from finding our true power. Understanding that we are strong enough to go through what, the tough stuff to get to the other side, and then we show our brilliance to the world. So concisely, you are enough.
All right. So here's a question for everybody, and anybody can answer. What about the naysayers? Okay. So growing up, for myself, you always get the naysayers like, oh, Charles, why do you want to do that? Oh, you sure you want to do that? And you have doubt. There's always going to be doubt. People have naysayers. So,
oh yeah,
Charles,
Yep.
That ain't none of my business. Okay. That ain't none of my business. Okay. If people want to naysay, they can. And it took me a long time to come to that, because like you said, we've been brought up in a society where we have to look externally for validation. Am I good enough? Can you tell me, give me my compliments, tell me that I'm okay. But we're raised that way. So we shouldn't be too down on ourselves when we are susceptible to that, because that's how we're raised. But there is a process of choosing not to be susceptible anymore. I can't be too concerned with what other people say, because I have too much energy I have to expend to filling myself out and pulling all of this. This takes a lot of energy. That takes all of my attention. And so what I do is it's similar to me to driving. When we drive or we're walking, we're focused on getting to somewhere. I'll pay attention to people, to other vehicles, to the median, because I don't want to crash, right? But I only look at the side view and the rear view mirror and do my shoulder checks every once in a while. But my focus is forward. My focus and energy is forward. So the naysayers, I see you, but you don't matter. You don't matter to me, not as a human being. Everyone matters, but you don't matter to my journey if you cannot align with it. So that's how I focus.
So Maria, I have to ask you then. So when the boys were like, all right, let's go play soccer, and you walked onto the field and they're like, whoa, where are you going? Well, you can't come on the soccer field. What did you say to them?
Well, actually, my boys really adapted to my entrepreneur life. They're going, like, when I started as an entrepreneur, I used to carry them with me. I didn't have any family, so I couldn't afford babysitting. So they were coming with me to my appointments. iPads were my babysitter. So if I had to meet a client, let's say at McDonald's, I sat down at a table with my client and they sat down at another table. I get them food and they sat down at another table with their iPad. So that's how my life was. At the beginning, they tried to manipulate me. Like, oh, we're working too much and this and that. And I'm like, I'm not going to let you manipulate me. You have to adapt because I'm doing this for you guys, to build a legacy for you. So you have to be grateful and collaborate with me. So there were times where I was getting home at 1 a.m. with both of them, getting them ready next day school at 7 a.m. So I had my tough time at the beginning. I had a lot of naysayers. And when you start as an entrepreneur, it's very easy to get caught up in people's approval. Until, as Keta says, it's a process where we learn, where we, read, self-improve, believe in ourselves. And that's when we say, okay, I have to care about what you say, but I'm not going to let you control. I'm not going to let your opinion control my life, my future. And it's a process, it's a fermentation process. The longer it is and the longer you learn and you prepare, it becomes a very lovely, softly wine that you just want to drink it, enjoy it, and go for it. So that's the way I see it. And I live, as I said, I live with passion. I want to build a legacy for my children. I want to help a community of immigrants, first-generation immigrants, that we have career in this country and we don't know what to do with it because we get here, we don't have, some people don't have the language, some people don't have the guidance. So with this organization, we mentor. We have people like Keta and Shireen, where they have experience in mentorship and guidance and the whole organization. And we have a lot of people with potential that can guide this generation of immigrants to become successful in the country and to guide yourself to be an entrepreneur, be a business owner, or have a job in your career. So people that's in the job, they're in the job and they're adapted to it. But for those who take the chances to actually start something on your own, the naysayer, it has to be very well under control because it can take away your dream. And that's what we cannot allow to take away our dreams.
Okay. So here, I have to finish off with you because listening to your story in the beginning, the naysayers were part of your family. Some of the naysayers are people that you live with every day. You sleep, you wake up. Some of them are there. How do you deal with family and naysayers? And you got to show them I'm good, I'm okay, I can do it. Don't worry about me, and work with them.
So I would say this to all the naysayers, family or not, thank you.
Okay.
I would say thank you. You know why I'd say thank you? Because I'm very aware, now that is why they couldn't do what I can do. And that's why the naysaying is because in their perspective, they cannot do it.
Right. Okay. So it's just a quick, it's fear, and everybody has that fear in them. But like on my podcast show, I tell everybody it's called jump, and I want you to jump, not jump up and down, but take that chance in life and jump, because you never know what's on the next step. So you did a fantastic job. All of you did a fantastic job by jumping forward and taking that chance. You know what I mean? It's scared to fall, but when the parachute opens and you land, you guys are doing greatness. So,
I would also like to add to this that when I don't listen to the naysayers and I do what I intend to do, I show them the way sometimes. That which is in their blind spot, that which they cannot see. That's why they're saying no. The naysayers are saying it based on what they know and what they don't know and what they don't know that they don't know. Right?
Gotcha.
That's what it is.
All right, we're going to take another last break, and when we come back, we have a fun game before we move on. And listen, if you're watching this, the link is in the description. So if you haven't registered yet, in the chat, there is the link to register. Register, do it now. We'll be right back.
For all the Zoom hashouts and recipe tryouts, the world changed, and we were right there, standing with you, always near, getting closer in so many ways. laughing together as we face these days. And because our roots are Jamaican, we've got a special insight that tells us there's no need to worry, world. We'll be all right.
All right, we are back live. And before we go, we want to play a quick game. It's called Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see.
All right, here we go. So what it is, I asked you guys a quick question. Whatever pops into your head, you just got to spit it out real quick. And then I ask you certain questions. You guys can all just spit it out at a time or just go one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. But it's just rapid fire. So whatever comes to your head, spit it out.
Okay.
Bring it. Bring it.
Why do you look nervous?
I'm getting nervous. I don't know what you're gonna come with.
All right, here we go. These are simple ones. Ready? Favorite color?
Blue.
White.
Purple.
All right. Favorite food?
Plantain.
Chocolates.
Stewed chicken, rice and peas with coleslaw and plantain, and maybe some festival.
Why do I forget who I have on the channel with us? Full menu. All right. Favorite book?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Go Rich.
Khalil Gibran's The Prophet.
The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, I love that one too.
All right. Favorite song?
Oh,
This Is Me, The Greatest Showman.
The Promise. The Promise.
Right Now, The Point of It All, Anthony Hamilton.
All right. And you know what's the next question. What is your hidden talent?
Oh.
Well, I guess in this room for me will be dancing because none of them has seen me dancing.
What?
Oh.
Do it. There you go. There you go. Hold on.
Let's do it, Maria. Maria, let's do it. Come on.
There we go. Listen, if you think we're having this much fun, just imagine the event, okay? It's going to be fantastic. It's happening March 8th, 2021 at 4:30 p.m. If you think we're having much fun now, imagine a room, over 300 registered. You got to jump on. You got to register. It is going to be a blast. You're going to get inspired. You're going to get knowledge. You're just going to have a great time. So make sure you register. And I have comments just coming in, floating in. So here we go. Let's just wrap these up. Peace and love. Keep it going. All right. So for more information, and if anybody wants to get a hold of you guys, I'm going to put your handles up. So tell everybody where they can get a hold of you.
To me, will be easy on Instagram. You can find me on IG or Facebook as Maria C.A. Ojeda. That would be the best way to find me.
All right. Next.
No,
Okay, for me,
sorry, she's the queen of TikTok. You didn't tell them about TikTok.
I kind of figured that when we started seeing that everything came out.
Oh gosh, funny.
All right. Where can we find you guys?
Kata, go ahead.
Okay, so for me, if you're looking for a coach or speaker, beingkata.com. If you're looking to be part of the True to Soul network, where we offer business support as well as support for healing and counseling, then it's True to Soul, true number 2 SOUL.com.
All right. And then what about you? There we go.
So they say all roads lead to Rome. So wherever you go, Instagram, Facebook, website, LinkedIn, YouTube channel, everywhere it's my name, ShireenAriff.com. My coaching brand is Be Your Own North Star, but everything links into ShireenAriff.com. So when you go on ShireenAriff.com, you'll find all my social media handles. So.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies. It's been a pleasure and a blast to have you on my show. I'm excited. And don't forget, one more time, make sure you register. It's in the chat. So you haven't had a chance to register, make sure you go into the chat. March 8th, 2021 at 4:30. That's this Monday. Make sure you register and get up and get going and get on board. All right, everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Like I always say, you didn't have to watch, and I'm thankful that you did. Be blessed. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Blessings.
Charles.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye, everyone.
Blessings.
Bye.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.